You came in like a thief, and you stole the crowd. Your lies keep piling up, and we watch them weigh you down. The fear and greed that you stole, they run the whole fucking show. But we are not afraid, and we will not let go. The bigots rise, and you fan the flames. You build an empire of fear and pain. You're hand in hand with the billionaire scum, selling out this country while you play dumb. Burn it all down, tear the walls apart. We will not bow, we will not lose heart. We will put an end to the hate, we will put an end to your lies. We will stand side by side, and we will You think these cages are built for the poor and for the weak, for the families torn apart while you laugh and tweet? Look at the puppets dance to the corporate sound, but we are still here, and we will stand our ground! There is blood on your hands! We have seen the truth erased! You put the profits first, instead of the people you've displaced. History is watching, and it won't soon forget. It may not be you this time, but you could soon be next. Burn it all down, tear the walls apart. We will not bow, we will not lose heart. We will put an end to the hate, we will put an end to your lies. We will stand side by side, and we will rise! Burn it all down! Tear it all apart! Burn it all down! Tear it all apart! Burn it all down! Tear it all apart! Lies on the screen from the deadline machine. Burn it all down, they kill the American dream. Go play an escalator, a tower built on decay. Smiling like a tyrant while the world fades away. Fear and hate is the name of your game. Divide the people and shift all the blame. The truth is dead, you sold it for fame. History won't forget your name. Fake empire, built on greed. Fascist clown, watch it bleed. Break the chains, fight the fire, dethrone the king, take it higher. Broken to cages, you have got blood on your hands. Worship the dollar while you ignore our demands. We storm the gates, our rage is fueled by your lies. We will sit back and watch as your empire crumbles and dies. Fear and hate is the name of your game. Divide the people and shift all the blame. The truth is dead, you sold it for fame. History won't forget. Nay, nay. Fake empire, built on greed. Fascist clown, watch it bleed. Break the chains, fight the fire, dethrone the king, take it higher. You build walls, we break them down. You spread lies, we burn this town. You breathe fear, we fight back. Promises right. Promises right. On a gilded stage, dividing the people, fueling the rage. Walls built high, but compassion's low. Truth buried deep beneath the show. No more lies, no more deceit. We won't bow down, we won't retreat. Voices loud, we stand as one. The fight's not over, it's just begun. It's just begun. Families torn at the borderline. Justice denied, time after time. Prophet's soul on the planet burns. When will we learn? When will we learn? No more lies, no more deceit. We won't bow down, we won't retreat. Voices loud, we stand as one. The fight's not over, it's just begun. It's just begun. It's just begun. Resist the power and break the chain. Rise above all this hate and this pain. Together we're strong, we won't divide. In our unity we will find our pride. The fight's not over, it's just begun. 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 The fight's not over. Whispers turn to battle cries. The truth is dead, they bend to lies. They sell us lies in the name of peace. While justice rots beneath the leash, they write the laws just to serve the few. We bleed beneath the red, white, and blue, but freedom's fire still burns inside, where truth and treason often collide. So raise your voice and raise your fist. We are the storm that they can't dismiss. No more kings and no more crowns. We are the ones who will burn it down. The tree of liberty must feed on the patriots who dare to bleed. The tyrants tremble when freedom rings. We are the roots and we will bring the thunder rolling through the land. With fire in our hearts and blood on our hands. No peace without the will to fight. No dawn without a rebel night. The balance a joke and the courts offline. And American justice lags a decade behind. So strike the drum and light the flame. Each beating soul will rise again. The people's wrath is a sacred flood. The soil drinks deep the martyr's blood. So raise your voice and raise your fist. We are the storm that they can't dismiss. No more kings and no more crowns. We are the ones who will burn it down. The tree of liberty must feed on the patriots who dare to bleed. The tyrants tremble when freedom rings. We are the roots and we will bring the thunder rolling through the land. With fire in our hearts and blood on our hands. Not for glory, not for gold, but for the stories and raise your fists. We are the storm that they can't resist. No more kings and no more crowns. We are the ones who will burn it down. The tree of liberty must grow with the blood that only the brave know. And if we should fall, then we fall as one beneath the rising blood-red sun. The tyrants will fall and the people will rise, because freedom never truly dies. They build their towers in the sky, hoarding wealth while the workers die. Billionaires with blood-stained hands, trampling lives to expand their brand. They say they earned it, they say it's fair, but they only take while we despair. Their pockets are fat and their hearts are cold. Working ourselves to death makes them more bold. But now the time has come for the people to rise up. We will never bow, we will never kneel. We see our lives and we know the deal. You hoard the wealth, you crush the poor. We're coming for you, you capitalist whore. This land is your land, this land is my land. We will fight side by side and hand in hand. The system is rigged, it's all just a game. The rich pull the strings, the poor take the blame. Wealth hoarders live in mansions, the people live in shame. The billionaires don't care, they cash in on our pay. Luxury is a cage that's been built on the backs of the common workers that they keep under attack. But we the people, we've had it rough. Their empire is fragile, we've had enough. And now the time has come for the people to rise up. We will never bow, we will never kneel. We see our lives and we know the deal. You hoard the wealth, you crush the poor. We're coming for you, you only God's whore. This land is your land, this land is my land. We will fight side by side and hand in hand. No more silence, no more living in fear, no more being divided, no more broken man's tears. Don't try to keep us down, you are not our king. In every city and every town, let motherfucking freedom ring. Because the time has come for the people to rise up. We will never bow, we will never kneel. We see our lives and we know the deal. You hoard the wealth, you crush the poor. We're coming for you, you capitalist whore. This land is your land, this land is my land. We will fight side by side and hand in hand. It's better to die standing on your feet than living a lie down on your knees. It's better to die standing on your feet than living a lie down on your knees. We sign up to fight for freedom, not to be the boots on the necks of Americans. You used us, you lied to us, and now we're coming to square the account. Get fucked and die mad about it. Edmonton 360, bitch! We wear the scars, we bear the pain. We watched our friends die in blood and blame. You said that we fought for liberty, but we came home to fight hypocrisy. You turned the rifle around on peace. You crushed dissent, you unleashed police. You sent us in just to guard your throne. You turned the streets into a combat zone. Not in this fight. citizens still asleep. Wake the fuck up! To my fellow veterans, remember your oath! Our freedom is dying right beneath our eyes! The people in charge tell us nothing but lies. The common people starve while billionaires see, and we're the ones tossed out in the street. Let's eat the rich, let's make them pay their share. Pay their taxes is a burden they can bear. Make billionaires slave again. Not in this fight, we have the line. Whether it's day or night, no one walks alone. This ain't no game. There is only one truth. We are the same. No one walks alone. Not in this fight, we have the line. Whether it's day or night, no one walks alone. This ain't no game. There is only one truth. We are the same. No one walks alone. I got something for you. Hang on to your asses. Golden towers, velvet ropes, behind the mask, a vulture chokes, power suits and dirty hands, wag the dog in desert sands, victims screaming into voids while kings play gods with broken toys, airbrush laws on every screen. What the hell does justice mean? Lock room, VIP, predator in a crowd walking free, blood on the floor, hurt troop in chains. How many more gonna scream in vain? You built your throne on broken laws. Now you're scared, you know what you saw. Silence bought with piles of cash. Erase the files, burn the trash. Martial law for damage control. Draft the bar to hide your soul. Wanna light the world on fire just to dodge the light trip wire. History is a loaded gun. Tick, 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 you better run. Lock room, VIP, predator in a crowd walking free. Blood on the floor, hurt troop in chains. How many more gonna scream in vain? Your kingdom shakes with every name. You'll kill us all to dodge the blame. This ain't conspiracy, it's confession. Hidden in plain sight, full suppression. You laugh while the system bleeds, but the streets remember what you need. Truth, there's a cry. You just spare the time when the lights come by and your ass is mine. Locked room, VIP, no more secrets, no more kings. Dragged across your marble floor, truth is kicking down your door. I said I'm young and believe the vow. Stars and stripes, I wear them now. Trained to fight and trained to lead. Wore the flag like it was all I need. I went to war, that was my goal. Buried brothers filling bullet holes. Did what I had to cause that was the cost. I came home proud but broken and lost. The other party used me and threw me away. Now I see through the games they play. They wrapped their lives in red, white, blue, but the blood on my hands was never for you. given me hate since I was a youth. Republican dreams, conservative pride, just uniforms for the Green Day hide. Where were they when the V8 failed? When my friends came home and we all derailed? Where were they when we screamed in pain? Too busy chasing power and gain. All the party used me and threw me away. Now I see through the games they play. You bring support, you wave your flags while you turn your backs on body bags. Don't turn your back on the fallen. You say that I betrayed you. I bled for this country. What did you ever do? You cheered for war, then you ran from the wounded. I see who the traitors really are now! I gave my all, you gave me lies. Soldiers die while your empire thrives. Call me woke, call me lost. You never paid the fucking cost. And the party used me and threw me away. But I won't be silent one more day. I fight again, not for your pride, but for every soul you left behind. The party used me and threw me away. But I won't be silent one more day. Justice ain't red, justice ain't blue. It's the truth, and it's coming for you. Marching down the street with your MAGA flags, being serpents' lies while you're waving that rag, screaming freedom while you chain the weak. It makes me sick every time you speak. Beneath your cross, behind your screen, you sold your soul for a fascist dream. Keyboard warrior that don't know pain, a cultist clown whose leader's insane. You are a king, not a constitution. You crave control, not a revolution. But you lick the boots, you're a rich man's pawn. You say you're free, but your freedom's gone. You're not with us, you're a fucking disease. You live in fear, spend life on your knees, try to own the limbs, but you just don't regret. You fake your fate, now you choke on the dead. The party of law and order, but you storm the hill. You back the blue except when you're out to kill. You wave a gun in your neighbor's face. Fake ass patriot, you're a fucking disgrace. History watch while you took your stand. We saw what you did all across this land. American patriots don't kneel to a king. You're a fucking simp sucking that cinnamon ring. You are a king, not a constitution. You crave control, not a revolution. But you lick the boots, you're a rich man's pawn. You say you're free, but your freedom's gone. You're not with us, you're a fucking disease. You live in fear, spend life on your knees, try to own the limbs, but you just don't regret. You faked your fate, now you choke on the dead. You traded your hood for a MAGA hat, the mark of the beast. You believe in that? You don't believe the words that you shout. You chant just to drown out the doubt. You were born to lose and you still started this game. The fire is coming and we are the flame. We're gonna tear it down, bury it 6 foot deep, and we'll never forget that you're a sheep. You are a king, not a constitution. You crave control, not a revolution. But you lick the boots, you're a rich man's pawn. You say you're free, but your freedom's gone. You're not with us, you're a fucking disease. You live in fear, spend life on your knees, try to own the limbs, but you just don't regret. You faked your fate, now you choke on the dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 26, 47. truce. He sold us out to buy a gilded crown. Lady liberty, let truth come down. Expose the rapists who tried to drag you down. Let history brand and not with any renown. He sold us out to buy a gilded crown. He scores people who bled for law and land, and praises the mob that stormed the sacred floor. A coward's grin, a scepter in his hand. He chooses chaos, shatters every door. His pledges rot the meaning nevermore. He traded the truth of treason, gained renown, and still he begs for power, blood, and war. He sold us out to buy a gilded crown. The Lady Liberty, let truth come down. Expose the rapists who tried to drag you down. Let history brand him, not with any renown. He sold us out to buy a gilded crown. He turns his back while tyrannies grow bold. He whispers secrets where the hawk should warn. And all for what? Some towers fake in gold. A name embalmed in scandal, loud and worn. No martyr here, just falling to be mourned. A fraud himself, a jester in a gown. The cost was ours, a shame we won't adorn. He sold us out to buy a gilded crown. Lady Liberty, let truth come down. Expose the rapists who tried to drag you down. Let history brand him, not with any renown. He sold us out to buy a gilded crown. Oh, Lady Liberty, we let you down. Oh, Lady Liberty, we let you down. When truth is lost beneath a gilded name, and great parade as patriotic pride, the people's trust becomes a tarnished flame, extinguished where deception dares to strike. This man does not deserve our loyalty, because he thinks that he is royalty. America! Fuck yeah! King praise in 7876 so you can suck our collective dicks. A float of lies built high on fear and spite. Commands with bluster, rage, and crude disdain. What once was law bends wrong to serve the right, and conscience cries in vain beneath the strain. This man does not deserve our loyalty, because he thinks that he is royalty. America! Fuck yeah! King brains in 7876 so you can suck our collective dicks. No kids! This motherfucker must go! No kids! Straight to jail! No kids! Or we can show! No kids! Him the gates of hell! He mocks the weak, the weary, and the poor, yet calls it strength to trample those below. The soul of service darkened at its core. What seeds he sowed, we're reaping what we sow. This man does not deserve our loyalty, because he thinks that he is royalty. America! Fuck yeah! King Brave since 7076 so you can suck our collective dick. And time will move on, and truth frequents its stage. No crown can outlast the people's rightful right. And time will move on, and truth reclaims its stage. No crown can outlast the people's rightful rage. Baldo people!
it's time for the throw punch! Oh, did not stick the landing. Ah, there we go. All right. Sorry.
It's all right.
What's up, Jessica and Cliff? How's it going?
Hello.
You know, we just get so much sleep. We just basically, Cliff and I, we just sleep all day, and then we come on your show. That's all.
I know. I was having the best nap for the past, like, I got off work and I was like, I could use a nap right now.
How's everybody doing?
Well,
Jessica's got a big remove the regime poster in the back.
Yeah, we had this at No Kings in LA. I'm like, I'm saving this thing. It's going to come in handy.
Well, I handed out 2,400 little versions of that at No Kings in DC.
Yep.
And I'm going to have a couple thousand printed for November the 5th for people in DC to hand out then as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
We got a machine going. I mean, there is so much buy-in from Missouri to Ohio to Massachusetts to North Carolina to California to Arizona. I mean, it's blowing up. I'm really excited.
I'm going to be on the Hometown Holler podcast, which is a big political podcast in North Carolina, on the 9th. So I'm going to push it then too. And I've got a show in Durham that night. I expect to have a couple hundred people there, so I'll push it there as well. And then I've got another North Carolina show on the 16th, so I'll push it there as well.
Nice. Yeah, we're doing as much media as we can. I did Dino Badala earlier this week. I'll do it again in November on his show. And then after you tonight, Tim, we're going on with John Fugelsang at his normal spot at 11 on Sirius XM. So we're making the rounds for you guys.
Oh, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
Jessica, it was you that organized the January protest, right?
Me and Cliff, yeah. That was us, 14th Now. We were the OGs. We spearheaded this whole thing, and I think we're going to have a few more people than we did in January. What do you think, Cliff? A few more?
If we don't, I'm giving up. I'm going to move to Mexico.
Yeah, we're leaving the country.
Yeah, so, I was thinking about this today in relation to January 3rd, 4th, and 5th protests. Somebody else was saying this today too, and I've thought it for a long time. Congress doesn't just like act on their own. I've said this a lot. They didn't give women the right to vote. Women fought for it. They didn't give the gay community marital rights. That community fought for it. And every thing that the American people, every freedom and liberty we have been awarded by our elected leaders, we've fought for. They don't just like do the right thing because they got a gut feeling. They have to see the citizens. The citizens have to push for it. And that's why it's so important that we're leading citizens into Congress on November 20th. And that was our hope in January, was if enough people show up and we have big enough excuse me, and we have big enough numbers going into Congress that maybe somebody will have the courage to talk about the 14th Amendment, Article 3, because Donald Trump was constitutionally disqualified from being president in the first place. And that amendment doesn't say no insurrectionist should hold office. Parentheses, insurrectionist is defined by somebody who gets convicted of being an insurrectionist and goes through all appellate courts and upheld by the Supreme Court. It doesn't say that. It just says an insurrectionist, and that's, you know, it's impossible to argue that the guy's anything but that. And he's now pardoned all the January 6th people, some of whom were convicted for sedition. So I think the argument is even stronger now. But just being verbose, but you know, the whole idea of our January protests were that we wanted enough citizens there to make Congress have a backbone, because that's when they have a backbone, is when they feel like they have you know, political popularity, that they have the citizens behind them. And that's why it's so important that we get to DC November 22nd and flex that muscle and say, hey, we want him gone. Now that you've heard from us, do your thing, do your job.
Yeah, 100%. And that's like 14th Amendment is in effect right now. Like, we are living under an unconstitutional, illegal presidency every single day of this administration. That's what is currently going on. The mechanism right now to get this guy out is impeachment. I mean, if we're talking constitutional peaceful removal, which we always are, that's the way. Article 2, Section 4. And Donald Trump has committed high crimes and misdemeanors every single day in office. He has committed treason. There's two leading groups in the coalition, one of them in the coalition, another one, Free Speech for People, have both endorsed an article of treason that is drafted against Donald Trump that should be filed by any member of Congress right now. So like Cliff said, we have to show up. These people, I've literally had conversations with lawmakers one-on-one where they tell me that there's just not popular support for removing this guy from office. Like, after No Kings, we see 7 million people in the streets. You know, this happens all the time at my protests, at Cliff's protests. I don't talk to a single person who is like, I don't really think it's time to remove him yet. I think we should wait. I mean, this is what the people want. This is what we want. And these lawmakers are literally saying that there's not popular support for this right now. So that's the idea behind 1122, to be unmistakable in numbers that are just too big to ignore that there absolutely is popular support for impeachment, and they need to start acting on it.
Absolutely.
My question is, if I were in your position, where it were me, facing down politicians that said there's not popular support, I'm a born smartass. Like, I cannot control it. I mean, I can, but I choose not to, because freedom. The next thing that would come out of my mouth is, what rock do you live under, and what are you using as your source to base this asinine this idea on? Because No Kings, which was literally just people gathering, no direct action involved, 7-8 million, and that's, I guess, a conservative estimate. So I'm struggling not to swear, but what the fuck?
Yeah, I totally agree. And I mean, I think we're going to show up on November 22nd, and we're going to be, the message is going to be unequivocal. And in the meantime, we need to be asking our followers and friends to be calling. I mean, obviously Congress isn't in DC, or they're not at least working. So let's call their state and local offices, call your reps at home, call Lady G in Columbia and Charleston and wherever else he has offices. Call all these reps, and if you leave messages, you leave messages. That's fine. They should get 100 of them every single day, 1,000 of them every single day. We're done. We're not going to let you topple this democracy. Yeah. And if you think we are, then you're out of your mind. We want this guy gone. And you know, it's up to the citizens. I mean, that whoever that leader is that said that is a simpleton. But we could do even better job than we're doing. I mean, the 7 million turnout is incredible, but people also got to be calling. You got to be visiting their offices. Few things are more effective than a big crowd of people going into a sheltered and privileged and encapsulated congressperson's office. These people feel like they're untouchable. And part of the reason they feel that way is because nobody shows up at their offices. And I don't know that Americans understand that they can, but you can. You can go to Mike Johnson's office every day if you want to and knock on the door. He probably won't
They might
let you
lock
in.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably in there busy watching gay porn, but you can go try. And more citizens need to be doing it in DC and at these people's state offices when they're not in session, which is, this year is almost always.
Yeah, the family here probably knows already, but we did this in the largest ever, definitely largest ever in-person lobbying for impeachment on 9/2 with the first remove the regime. We had about 1,500. We marched across Capitol grounds with Representative Al Green. It was incredibly powerful. You should check out some of the social media from that day if you haven't already. And we're going to do it. I think we're going to have, exponentially higher numbers on 11/20, which is when we're going to do this again in the lead up to 11/22. So if you can, definitely plan to be with us all 3 days. Rep Green's going to join us again and lead that march again on the 20th. So yeah, it's so important. These people are so sheltered. They take like, this is what I want people to understand with the whole impeachment thing. Like, understand the fools they have taken you for when they say we don't have the votes and we have to wait for the midterms. Like, you have just totally bought their argument that there is no agency, no power to do anything. And you're just essentially handing it over to them. Like, yeah. Take your power back. That is bullshit. Like, they can act right now. These are mere mortals. Do we have to move some people who are very stubborn and cowardly and, have no spine or soul whatsoever, it seems most of the time? Yeah. But these are, like I said, these are mere mortals. They respond to pressure. They care about their jobs. They care about in some measure, they care about the way their name is going to go down in history. Like, if we sufficiently shame them, I think there's two angles to this. I think there's shaming, which is kind of my favorite, but there's also like showing them that if they do this, they're going to be freaking heroes. I mean, give me a break. This country is looking for heroes. If they champion this, they're going to be the most popular people in the world right now. It's such an obvious, choice to make. So
yeah.
I've obviously been super distracted with everything the past few weeks. So I actually didn't know that the 20th was the time that we're going in the offices. Could you give a breakdown? What's happening the 20th, 21st, and 22nd? Just for folks like me who missed the important details.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have the website down there right now. We actually just got it updated last night. And there's a preliminary schedule up right now. So what I can tell you 100% for sure, and which is also down there on the website, is that we'll start off from Flair at 10 a.m. on Thursday morning. We'll have a rally that morning. And then if all goes according to plan, we'll march together in a group with Representative Al Green leading us, and then divide up into groups. And we have experienced guides. People are wondering, what are we going to do? We have experienced guides from Flair. Actually, Kira from Citizens Impeachment, who's another member of the coalition. I know she's been on your show. She's flying back from overseas to do some of that leading too. So that's the main event. We're going to have some other pop-up events that will be announced later or on the day, but that's the main event for Thursday. And then Friday, there will be a veterans rally, which you guys are going to be part of, I'm sure, at 2 p.m. at Flair also. There will also probably be training built into Friday on how to take lobbying tools back home and other, how to lobby your member of Congress for impeachment and other tools for organizing from home, from Flair on Friday. And then the main event is on Saturday noon, with the Dropkick Murphys headlining, with our headlining speakers. We also got Earth to Eve. If you guys know that song, No Kings, that was written for a lot of the No Kings protests and showed up on a bunch of IG reels, that's Earth to Eve. She's going to be with us also on Saturday. and location to be announced very shortly. And then we will also march after our main rally at noon on Saturday. So that's the main layout. And Cliff, I don't know, do you want to tell everybody a little bit about the private events and how people can support us with them?
Yeah, the private events I'm working on right now. The Thursday night event is pretty much in the bag. I'm just ironing out details. But basically what we're doing is we're trying to get people that can to make large donations. Of course, we understand that not everybody can do that. We're really, really grateful for $5 donations and $10 donations. But our goal is to get enough large donors that we can stop asking for money. We don't want to seem like we're an NPR pledge drive. You know, we don't want to like annoy the shit out of people for the next 3 weeks. So basically, anybody that donates $1,000 or more is going to get into all 3 of these private events. And those are going to be Thursday night is going to be a meet and greet, like a VIP happy hour with your favorite content creators, people like Jessica and myself and Tim and Drill Sarge and Monty Mater's going to be there. Off Ja Wagon,
Booker Square, Jolly.
Yeah, Jolly Good Ginger, Booker Square. I mean, a ton of
Cats on a Couch. Yeah. And on and
a
on.
lot people that have 1 million followers or more. And there's probably going to, I mean, right now off the top of my head, there's going to be 20 big political content creators at this meet and greet. And it's going to include some drink tickets. It's going to include hors d'oeuvres, tacos, ceviche, chips and salsa, guacamole, all kinds of really good Tex-Mex. And we're going to have that space. We've bought out the space, so we're going to have it from 5 or 6 until like 10 o'clock at night. So that's going to be a place where everybody can really hang and have a good time. The next night, we're going to have a comedy show. I'm going to headline the comedy show. I've got a couple really great comics that are going to be on it as well. I'm not quite ready to announce the location yet. I'm not announcing the meet and greet location because it's small.
Ever. Only if you donate at the threshold
that's not going to be public. But I'm thinking that the comedy show location is going to be at a church, a very cool progressive church, obviously. And I'm going to call it Comedy Church, and it's going to seat a lot of people. So you will be able to buy tickets to that. If you make $1,000 donation, you're going to get into all 3 of these events for free, and you'll also get a chance to hang with the comedians and the musicians. Saturday night, last event of the weekend, is going to be. We've got a couple really great local bands. We're going to announce those soon. I believe Earth to Eve may perform as well.
Yep.
So it's going to be an awesome night of music. That will also be ticketed, but again, those large donors, anyone who donates 500 or more is going to automatically get into those 2 events for free, and anyone that donates 1,000 or more will get into the meet and greet, the comedy, and the music. And again, I know not everybody loves the idea of the exclusivity of it, and I get that, but this is our way. All of this is going to make the whole weekend happen as a whole, and this is just a way for us to give people something for donating. A lot of people would just donate because we want you to. We're trying to give people something for donating, and we're trying to raise this money as quick as we can without trying to get these, posting 10 times a day begging you to send us $20 at a time or whatever. Super grateful for all donations, but those larger donations are going to help these 3 events happen and hopefully help us raise enough money to make the whole weekend happen.
Yeah, and just to be clear, nobody that is coming, whether it's the Dropkicks or Earth to Eve or the comedians or the influencers, nobody's getting paid for their participation or involvement. They are all donating their time. I want to make that crystal clear. This is solely for raising money for expenses and, the massive infrastructure that it takes to pull something like this off. So just so you guys know.
This will be my 15th trip to DC since January. And none of this stuff is cheap or free. And despite popular belief, George Soros is not sending us any money. If he's going to, he owes me a shitload of money because this has become my full-time
I
volunteer
got my
job.
Soros check in the mail the other day. I was so proud.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah, sometimes I just sit back and I, knowing how much work and effort I put into on how much I care about how all this gets pulled off, and I just sit back and I'm like, I'm doing this for free.
Yeah,
Nobody's paying me to do this.
that's what I tell myself when
Somebody's
it's
got to
time
have
to
his number.
finally
What's
fall
going
asleep.
on?
Yeah, it's a
It's
hard
worth
sell
pointing
to your
out.
We'll be
family.
rewarded. I trust we will.
On the Removal Coalition website and Remove the Regime website,
Yeah.
there is a schedule that lists all of the events as we know them, the confirmed events, and also links to the donations. So I saw a question from Nerdgasm in the comments about accepting pooled donations. I'm not sure of the intent behind that. Like, if you're trying to like give somebody out of your group the access or what. So depending on how you want to do it, I guess just donate on your own, or if you're trying to actually propel someone to be able to attend 1, 2, or 3 of the events, then Venmo them, I guess.
Yeah, we tried to give you every option we could on the website. I think there's like a credit card, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. It's all there. What I would say is, like, aside from us, one thing that we simply do not have the bandwidth to do, but people are already doing, which I love to see. This is so incredible. Is they're getting together to get buses, charter buses from different places. So if you want to start, like, if you can get that operation going wherever you are and get a fundraiser going for that, that's another great idea and way to get the masses to us, which is what we're trying to do.
The
Absolutely.
Flare Discord is a place for people to go and work on ride sharing, carpooling, whatever you want to call it. And there's a Facebook page and a Facebook group, both with the same name, for that. And I've been pushing that on the Sons of Liberty Discord. Sending multiple URLs is kind of difficult, especially on like Instagram. You can't.
Yeah.
Anyway, so those are options for people that are looking to get to DC, but can't necessarily get there themselves.
Yeah, and we are, as a group, we are actively working on sort of a package of slides that will give you as much information as we can give you. We're going to suggest some places to stay and how to find good places to stay, the cheapest options, hostels, campgrounds. We're going to put out some slides that kind of walk you through the process of getting a bus together with people in your area. Obviously, we're not a big enough group to organize buses from every city in the United States, of course, but we very much would love it for people to do that. And we're going to do our best to give you a formula that shows you how to do it. And so if you just follow that, we hope that it'll kind of walk you through the steps.
I know there's some people in the Family of Liberty that are looking at camping out. They do that every time they go there to protest. Hostels
Awesome.
I'm not really familiar with.
I much prefer
In the United
camping out
States.
to hotels, so I'm with the fam.
Yeah, you can tell.
I
Jessica's
did
a
that
big
for 10
camper.
years professionally.
Looks are deceiving, Cliff. Looks are
Professionally.
deceiving. You have no idea.
Are you really a big camper, Jessica?
I'm a hiker. I'm a climber. Yeah. Are you kidding
I did
me?
not know that. Wow. And it looks
Don't stereotype me, Cliff. Don't stereotype me.
I feel like you're punking me right now.
I swear, I'm gonna pull up I'm gonna drop a rock climbing picture into the Signal chat, and you guys can put it up in a few minutes.
What? That should be the Remove the Regime poster.
It's always funny. Folks like Big Sarge hear that and go, "It's always fun when you're not made to do it. when it's not your job 24/7."
Right? Some friends of mine were like, let's go skydiving. I'm like, I did that shit in the military.
No.
It's not fun for me.
No.
Yeah. I like it when somebody says it's not scary. I'm like, okay, sure, it's not.
Yeah.
One time I worked for an airline. This was like in college. I worked for an airline. It's a funny story. And we had training. It was like 2 or 3 weeks, and it was cross training. So first they trained us for the ticket counter, and then they trained us on the tarmac. And I'm little like prima donna Jessica every day, showing up with, at the time, like flower pins were a thing. So every day I've got like a different flower pin on and everything. And everybody thinks I'm just like this dainty little person. And then we went onto the tarmac for the tarmac training. And I remember they were trying to train us how to remove the lock from the wheel of the plane. And they're like, this is really complicated. Who wants to try first? I'm like, I'll do it. I go in, first shot, remove the lock from the wheel, get inside like the belly of the plane to throw out bags. Like everybody is just like, who are you?
The go-getter.
Listen, I'm every woman. It's all in me. I mean, Whitney Houston said it best. What can I say?
So I'm going to have a whole nother live to do a little bit. I want to ask one more question real quick. Hopefully not take up all the space. There's going to be this question, I know, and I think it's a valid one. After we go inside, because for me, the biggest thing is direct action. Hanging out in the park, holding signs, showing how many people are there. If it's 1 million and it's shutting down streets everywhere, boom, I like that. But for me, the biggest thing is going into the offices, filling up that Capitol with bodies that are here non-violently, but just the act of that many, of a whole bunch of people there in your face, knocking on doors, showing the act of democracy, and the action of democracy is big. People are going to ask, after that, when you knock on the doors and you ask, what are you going for? Are you going to do the removal thing? Then what? What happens after that day of going in the office and saying, half of them won't be there, but the other half who are there, we want you to do this. We want you to start talking about removing. We need the bill. We need 25th, and whatever it is you have to do. We want this guy removed. Then you leave. What is what's after that? How do we keep that going? What is that constant? How do we make sure that those wheels keep on turning?
I think we're going to go in on the 20th, and it's going to be bigger than it was on September 2nd. It's going to be a historic amount of people going into these buildings, to the point that they're not going to know what to do with the numbers. And of course, we're going in peacefully to.
And we're going to dress nice too, right, Cliff? That was your idea.
Yeah, I think dressed to be taken seriously.
Yeah.
We're going to go in, and we've got a handout for Republicans, and that handout basically says, please don't commit political suicide, all to save a dying pedophile. And it's pushing them to get on board to release the Epstein files. And then we've got a separate handout for Democrats that is pushing them to support impeachment. The thing about impeachment is none of these Republicans are going to get on board until every single Democrat is on board. That should go without saying with all these people. And much like the Epstein files, when every Democrat is on board, and it's such a obvious win politically, some Republicans will get on board. We saw Thomas Massey and Boebert and Mace and Marjorie Taylor Greene are on board to release the Epstein files. We're only missing one vote for the discharge petition. So these people will come over to our side when they can see that we have a unanimous vote through Democrats. So that's part of it. And then on the 21st, we're going to have a big veterans action. All of this is going to be recorded and pushed on social media. So people in social media are going to see probably the biggest ever crowd go into Congress. The next day, they're going to see badass, brave veterans speaking out against this regime. And then the next day, we're going to have a massive crowd at the rally point, which we're about to announce. And it's going to be felt. I mean, it's going to be very impactful. It's going to be undeniable optics to this regime and to the leaders on our side. And then we're going to encourage people and train people, go back home. And if you live near Raleigh, North Carolina, go to your reps offices there and do the same thing there. If you're in Louisville, or if you're in wherever you happen to be, we need you to continue to do this with groups of friends. You got to be going into their offices, whether they're there or not, even after they come back to DC. Go to their local offices. There are going to be aides and whatnot in those offices, and it just has to be a constant applied pressure. And that's, like I said at the beginning of the show, that is how things get done. Congress is not just giving out favors. They see what's politically popular and then they move. It's a cart and horse situation, and we're the horse, and it's time for us to pull.
Yeah, Doug, and what you asked, like, that's so important. Like, what's next? And everybody was asking that after No Kings, right? Because there's 7 million people in the street. Everybody's like, what's next? And what distinguishes us from, the organizers of No Kings, I'm not going to say the people, because every person I've met in these crowds is on board with this, is that we have an explicit demand. And if we accomplish, like, to me, when I hear No Kings, I think, okay, we have an authoritarian king tyrant wannabe in our office right now. Of course he needs to be removed, but that demand was not explicitly communicated by the organizers. So if we accomplish what we are trying to accomplish on 11/22 with your help, the conversation when we wake up the next day in this country will be different. These lawmakers collectively, the media, the whole world will start having to respond to the fact that the American people are demanding removal. And that conversation in itself would be a huge, huge turning point. So I would say that's the goal of what's next, literally a whole new conversation when we wake up the next day. And then, of course, taking those tools back home and being relentless and not letting it be a 1-day affair or a 3-day affair, but something that we are not willing to let go of until they act on it.
Now, 100% constant pressure for the long haul. It's not going to end on the 22nd. I said that in a video today because I wanted people to realize that this is necessary because the constant pressure is going to be there and going to have to be there in order for it to work. But the 22nd, or the 20th, on that day when we go in there, we have a chance to also have a quantifiable action. Like, we can say, yes, if we do things like have petitions or have someone sign or hey, are you willing to sign this? Not something that we can take back. I don't know what that is. And I just kind of was thinking about it. Like, at some point, we can take something, not just bring ourselves in there, but there's something we can take out of there that's quantifiable, that make people have to hold to account what they saw or who was in their office. Something like a petition, something like the list of, will you sign this? And I think, I don't know if it has to be organized for someone. I think anybody could bring something like that. But it's just an idea I had. What do you guys think about something like that?
There's one petition that's going that I have promoted heavily on Lights On, and that's the Impeach Trump Again petition, which we got to over 1 million signatures. We need many millions more. And that's the most, I think, concentrated petition for impeachment. So if you haven't signed that, I would highly suggest going to impeachtrumpagain.org.
I mean, for the people in the office. That's not for us. I want to bring something in there that says, we're in your office, and we need you to do this. And by the way, I don't need you to say yes now. I want you to press this button. I want you to sign this thing. I need you to say, here, this is what you can do. Put a number on here, put a daggone email on here, or give your signature so I can come out of here and say, so-and-so, Representative so-and-so says, do you like me? Yes, no, maybe on this bitch. Like, I want to take this out of here, and I need you to sign it. Okay, I need you to say that, not just say what the Republicans say. Well, we'll talk about it when you leave. No. Can we bring something out of there, right? A paper, a card, a check mark, a maybe that we can go to on all of these platforms that you guys have so skillfully gotten together and say, oh, by the way, so and so said they were doing it. What do all of you millions of followers think about that? Oh, and by the way, so-and-so said they were going to think about it. where do you live, millions of followers? Maybe you should talk to them and say that, change that, think about it to OAS, right? If we could bring something out of there, it would be quantifiable.
So Flare, flareusa.org, for anybody that's not familiar, they're flare.usa on all social media. Flare has petitions by state and by district. So every Monday, they're going into every representative's office and saying, hey, we're dropping off 60 more petitions from your district. We dropped off 150 last week. They're collecting these signatures and going in every week and updating these offices. Hey, by the way, we have this many more people from your district asking you to support impeachment. So that, you know, that's a little different than what you're suggesting, but those efforts are happening, and they're happening really consistently through really the whole removal coalition, which Flair is part of, and Jessica and I are part of. And but I do like the idea of, you know, the short answer, unfortunately, and it's not me being devil's advocate, it's me having gone into Congress enough times to know. The short answer is, if you go into like whoever, Hakeem Jeffries' office, and say, I need you to commit to impeachment before I leave the office, they're going to be like, that's, we'll let you know. Like, nobody's going to like sign something right then. But I think that what we could do is record them letting us know they're not ready to commit, and we could blast that on social media. I think if we do that in a clever way, that could be really effective.
I saw a comment about the 25th Amendment and whether or not that was a viable approach. And the thing to remember is that the 25th Amendment essentially just removes Donald Trump and puts in the couch fucker, Vladimir Futon. So
the problem with the 25th Amendment is that it requires the cabinet. And if you think impeachment is hard, moving MAGA Republicans in Congress, try trying to convince this cabinet, whose number one qualification for service is loyalty, to remove Donald Trump. It's not going to happen. So if you want a constitutional remedy, we have it. We do have it. It's impeachment. It's impeachment, and that's what we all need to get on board around.
Outstanding.
What's the option that also removes J.D. Vance and the cabinet?
Impeachment for all of them. It's impeachment for all of them. And listen, that's what this is about. That's why we're calling it Remove the Regime, because none of us think that any of these people are qualified or deserve to remain in office. But we have to start somewhere. We have to start with Donald Trump. And I said this months ago to people that were like, yeah, that leaves us with J.D. Vance. Listen, if we are successful in removing Trump, impeaching and removing Trump from office, you have to understand what kind of tectonic shift in the world is going to take place when and if we are successful in that. Then we can deal with the other people. But that would change our world. So let's start at the top, and then we can work our way down, and we will. We will.
Before I go, I do have to leave. I'm so sorry, Sarge. I know this is like twice I've done this. I'm just trying my hardest to get with everybody. Before I go, I want to say something about that. The reason why they do the bullshit that they do now, people, is because they think they can.
Yeah.
Because they can. Because they can. That's it. Right now, they got ice in the streets. They're shooting people in the face because they can. Because none of them have gone to jail. Because none of them have had any issues. They can bomb Venezuelan boats because they can. Because none of them have had any consequences. And they can talk about eating cats and dogs and still get elected because they can. The minute that you take one of them out, especially that the goddamn orange, purple, cankled head of the snake out, even if you do get J.D. Vance next, he's going to think twice about what he puts into place. Because for the first time in their godforsaken lives, entitled lives, they'll realize that they can't. They'll realize that there is an opposition. And all of those dreams that they had of being the fascist state where they could just stomp on Americans won't be as easily done when they know that if you mess up, and we want him out of there too, but I'm just saying, even if the worst case scenario happens where you impeach this bum and the next bum comes, the next bum will be a little bit shaken. That tectonic shift that will have happened. All of them will start to think differently. And if you don't believe me, ask Hakeem Jeffries why he endorsed Mamdani all of a sudden. Because he realized that for the first time, there may be a consequence for him not doing so. It may be an electoral consequence for him not doing so.
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, he finally went around and endorsed him because he realized that if he wants to survive, especially in his district that voted twice as much for Mamdani as they did for him, maybe he needs to get rid of AIPAC. And AIPAC is mad about it. They're very mad about it.
And it just
he realizes that doesn't matter anymore.
It's just another example of what I was saying, that these leaders, quote unquote, they're really not leaders, they're followers. They do what is politically popular.
Yep.
And it's our job to show them what is politically popular. And that's what November 22nd is about. Getting such a big crowd in DC, leading them into Congress, but also just the sheer numbers and the turnout and the energy is going to send a message that, like, the American people are done with this dude. And I say this all the time, but I haven't said it here yet, I don't think. This conversation that the four of us are having, former heads of military intelligence are also having it. Former presidents are also having it. Other world leaders are also having it. A lot of very powerful, well-resourced people are having the same conversation of, how do we get rid of this piece of shit? These pieces, plural, of shit. That conversation is happening all over the place all the time. And you know, if you're an attorney, your job is to do it through lawsuits. If you're a congressperson, your job is to do it through legislation. Our job as citizens is to do what we've been talking about, to show them what is politically popular, to be the horse pulling the cart, to give them something to follow. And so if you're an American citizen and you're serious about getting these people out of the people's White House, you got to do everything you can to be there November 22nd. And if you can't be there, you got to tell 10 people that you know who can to be there. You got to encourage everybody you know within a day's drive of there to be there. You have to help us spread the word. Send us $5 if you can. If money's so tight that you can't make a donation, please don't. But if you got a little extra cash and you want to throw at this, then please do. But please do everything you can to help us make November 22nd a success, because this is how we show them what is politically popular and what is not.
Thank you both. I hope you can hear me. Things kind of got paused, but if you can
I
hear
hear
me,
you.
okay.
Briefly.
I just wanted to say thank you both. Y'all are freaking heroes, man. The Movable Coalition. I'm so glad to be even a small part of it. This is exactly what's needed. This is the type of definition in request that's needed. We need to get them up out of here. You guys are freaking.
He's outie. He's going to leave us
I
hanging. What a tease.
I don't know if that
What a
was
tease.
intentional or what.
He did. I think he just did an Irish goodbye. A digital Irish goodbye.
Yeah. So, all right. What about the 5th? Because I know that's also something that we've been promoting.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of action in DC on the 5th. We felt like we needed a little more time between No Kings and a big DC action, but I think November 5th will kind of prime the pump, and a lot of people plan to stay in DC from the 5th until the 22nd. There's also a Veterans Day event happening in DC between those two times. But yeah, November 5th is going to be also a good time for the Removal Coalition to put flyers in those people's hands and try to get them back on the 22nd.
Yeah, there's we are actually sponsoring the activities that Flair is hosting on the morning of the 5th. So if you're going to be in the area, please head over to Flair. They are doing congressional visits on the 5th as well. The Handmaid's Army will be there. A lot of our, regulars will be there. So it's a great warm up for the 22nd or the 20th to the 22nd. We're doing congressional visits on the morning of the 5th too.
And
for
am
those
I
of you that
allowed
have-
to? Am I allowed to talk about what the handmaids are doing, Jessica?
Which part? Which part? I don't know.
What
I think you
It's
know what
literally
you're
about
you
that.
know what you're allowed to talk to about and what you're not. You go. I trust you. I trust you.
I don't think it's a secret. I think people will think it's really cool, and you can be part of it if you'd like to. And Tim, you might see if you can find the handmaids social media or website or whatever. But the handmaids are a group of, I think, all women. I'm not 100% sure. It doesn't matter, but they have the handmaids costumes like the show The Handmaid's Tale, which we are now following the script of somehow. They dress in these handmaids costumes as like sort of their silent protest. Uh, on November, I guess it's November 5th or around that time. 200 plus handmaids are gonna encircle the Heritage Foundation and be peacefully protesting outside the Heritage Foundation. That is gonna consume the entire block that building is on. That is going to be really incredible visually. That would be something worth trying to see if you're in or near DC during that time. And if you want to join the handmaids, you can get one of those costumes and be part of the group. I personally know a handful of those people, and they're really, really great, incredible, sweet people.
Yeah, they're
one up on
if you want to connect with
Amazon
them,
for-
their logo is on the Removal Coalition website, and just click there and it'll take you to their website. But they are the best. They are the best.
Website's right down
Oh yeah.
where I can't get my arrows right because it's reversed.
Oh,
Anyway,
there
it's
you
at the
go.
bottom
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
screen.
Sorry, I was looking at another
HandmaidArmyDC.com.
screen. Yep.
Cool.
They have a Facebook page and some other social media. Go give their Facebook page a follow. It says it's only got 540 followers.
Yeah, and their IG. Their IG at
And
Handmade
Instagram.
Army
Yep.
DC. Follow them both. And while you're at it, follow Removal Coalition. Okay.
Follow me too, Cliff Cash
And me
Comedy.
too. Follow us all. Jessica
Yes.
Denson 07. Okay.
If
Need
you're
some
following
love.
Sons of Liberty, you need to go follow Cliff Cash, Jessica Denson, Handmade Army, etc.
Flair.
Removal Coalition, etc.
Yeah.
Don't be a scrub.
Scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me.
I have like a scrub plant in my yard that I sing that to every time I'm cutting the grass.
I don't even know what a scrub is as far as plants go.
It's just a shitty little bush.
I know it's like Pete Hegseth as far as people go, but
Scrub is what TLC sang about. Come on, in
Well, that's what I'm saying.
1997 or
Tim-
whatever. Come on.
Tim's saying he has a plant that's a scrub.
Scrub is
I'm
a guy
saying,
who thinks he's fly, also known as a tough guy, right? I mean,
yeah,
that's what
like
a scrub is.
Pete Hegseth.
Yeah,
Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to
Fine.
holler at Jessica.
Yeah.
that's right.
Last time I was just in DC a couple weeks ago, and on Sunday, a bunch of us went to Pete Hegseth's church with megaphones, and as the fake Christians were leaving the white nationalist church, we yelled at them through the megaphones. We read Pete Hegseth's mom's email to him, where she called him an abuser of women. And I also followed them down the street to their cars with a megaphone, explaining to them in detail about his sexual assault allegations and how he paid the woman $50,000 to sign a non-disclosure agreement and all of that. So it was pretty awesome. We got literally everyone coming out of the church got to hear about both of those things, and we had the Burning River Brigade from Ohio was there with their massive sign, and each person was one letter, and it said GOP protects pedophiles all the way across in front of the church. So that was what they saw when they came out of service that day. So that's the kind of stuff we're doing in DC. It's extra special. It feels great to go and hang out and protest in a park in Orlando or Boise or Phoenix or wherever, but there's an extra level of specialness it's a whole nother thing to walk into the halls of Congress and to go into these people's offices and say you're protecting a pedophile. We're going to remove him. Fascism is going to fail, and when it does, the people that enabled it will be held accountable. That is so empowering
Yep.
to feel like you are on the front steps of this fascist infrastructure, and you're speaking truth to power in person in the halls of power. It's a whole nother level, and I want everybody that possibly can to come feel it and be part of it with us.
Is there a video of this the church visit? Because
Yeah,
that would be great.
Yeah, it's on my Instagram. And there's also
Cliff
videos on
Castrona.
my Instagram of me going into an office with a handout and explaining to the aides. Well, this is Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein hanging out together because they're both pedophiles. There we go. And here's a court document of them as co-defendants on a child sexual assault case because they're pedophiles. And they're like, "Would you like a water?" I'm like, "I would like a water." It's people get so uncomfortable. You could hear a pin drop when we're in there.
Yeah. And we put this stuff. The great stuff is that, you don't, even if your member of Congress is not in the office on the day, which they likely will not be, believe me, they are going to hear about this. And we are going to make them hear about it, even if they don't hear about it from their staffers, which I'm sure they will, because we put it all over social media, especially the more significant interactions. There's the one with the like Cliff is talking about with these Republicans who have lost their souls and their minds, but there's also really powerful ones with people like Hakeem Jeffries. We had this incredible interaction in the office of Hakeem Jeffries on 9/2, basically calling him out for his spinelessness and lack of leadership. And we believe me, we make our presence known, and it is respectful, but it's unquestionable the agency that we the people are reclaiming when we do this. And if we do it, if we just ratcheted up the numbers, we have an opportunity to make a massive impact here.
And if our turnout is big enough, we hope it's going to be overwhelming, even on the day of the Congress visits. If we have so many that we can't get everybody into Congress in one go, then we're going to lead people in waves. But we're going to do everything we can to get you into Congress. So even if it's 20,000 people that day, there's 5 congressional buildings, that's 4,000 per building. We will run it in 4 waves of 1,000 per building. Whatever we have to do, we are going to send this message louder and more clear than it's ever been sent before. And again, we're showing them what's politically popular. We're being the horse pulling the cart. You got to be part of it.
Yeah, and we have that whole day. That's why we scheduled early on Thursday at 10 a.m. because we essentially have the whole day to make sure we accomplish this. And there will be tables and booths set up at Removal Coalitions or at Flare from Removal Coalition partners and others. A lot of candidates coming to join us. A lot of different people. So there will be plenty of things to keep you busy. But in the event that we can't all go in at once, which I highly doubt we will be able to, but we've literally got the whole day to do this. So be there.
ID is not required.
No.
And holler. And something that I want to point out, because I saw some comments from people who are like, my representative is whomever, some Johnny McRed, MAGA, whatever fucking guy. It doesn't matter who your politician is. Your politician could be Mike Johnson or Elise Stefanik. It doesn't matter. You going there gets logged. You calling gets logged. So if you have 1,000 people from Elise Stefanik's district that call every day or even just every Friday, just to say, what's up, Elise? Why are you not voting to release the Epstein files? What's up, Elise? Why are you not voting for impeachment? Why are you protecting pedophiles? Those get logged. As you talk to the person, the aide that answers the phone, the staffer, the intern, whomever, you can hear them writing this stuff down, or you can hear them typing it down. They take notes, they log your calls, and at the end of the day or at the end of the week, they say, these are the things that are happening with the calls that we're getting. These are the people who came in to visit. You can go in to their office and sign the big book. that says, I'm Big Sarge Tim, whatever, and I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm here to demand the release of the Epstein files. It's literally a place you could write it down. You can use crayon, big letters, whatever, if you're a Marine. So go there, do the things, call them. Don't at them on Twitter because they don't read that shit. Don't leave comments on their Facebook page. They don't care. If you have connections to the press, get a bunch of people together and have a press interview, because they read the papers. They look for their names in the papers. They look for their names in the news. They Google themselves to find out what people are saying about them. That's how you make an impact. So when you have thousands of people showing up to Congress every month demanding the same thing, it starts to put pressure on them. That's why people like Hakeem Jeffries now are turning around and realizing there's a bunch of pissed off liberals, progressives, Democrats, never Trumpers, whomever, that want them to, they want to be heard. So now all of a sudden he's endorsing Mamdani.
Yep.
Go figure. That's you. You did that shit.
Yep.
So keep it the fuck up.
Yeah, and I just want to say something about the Epstein files. Like, the Epstein files are getting released. They're getting released. Like,
One way or
this is why Mike Johnson isn't swearing in Adelita Grijalva, because we already have the votes to release the Epstein files. And if the internal conversations and public conversations that I've heard are accurate, when the Republicans vote on that discharge position, it's not just going to be one or two of them. It's not just going to be Massey and Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's going to be a whole flux of them, because they cannot own being against this. So that's going to happen. That's going to happen. I mean, if we arrive on November 20th and Adelita Grijalva has not been sat yet, that can be a huge part of the conversation. Like, this is completely lawless what Mike Johnson is doing in the House of Representatives right now by shutting down that chamber because the government is shut down. This is not a thing. They're getting paid. They are not allowed to just shut down the House of Representatives because the federal government is shut down. They have work to do. So, the Epstein files are getting released. I don't know how much they're going to delete of them between now and then, but they're getting released.
Yeah, 100%. And he's in them. And I'll say this,
A lot.
I can only say so much publicly, but I've said this a couple other places. Mike Johnson said a few weeks ago on an interview, Donald Trump's not, he's fighting against this stuff. He was an informant fighting against this stuff. And everybody kind of made fun of him. I mean, please make fun of him. But everybody made fun of him, like how preposterous that Trump was an informant. And everybody kind of like got a kick out of that. And I'm here to tell you, Donald Trump was an informant. Not because he's a good guy, not because he's a bald eagle Jesus patriot man. He was an informant because his other option was life in prison. That's why you become an informant. And I can't say more than that, but I have on good, from someone I trust, that Donald Trump was facing a lot of criminal charges, and he did turn state's evidence, or whatever you call it, and he flipped and he was an informant. So Donald Trump is scared of these Epstein files because he doesn't want everybody to know he's in them, because he absolutely is. He's all over them. But also, I'm guessing that it's going to reveal that he was an informant, and maybe reveal why he was an informant. And those crimes are even worse than being in the Epstein files. Now I have to go hide in a bunker.
My name is Cliff Cash. I am not suicidal. I love my life.
Yeah, for real. I have a great life. I'd like to beat these dumb Nazi pieces of shit back into the pages of the history book so I can get back to living it.
Did you see the thing about the fucking Nazi that walked into a bar? And I don't mean the machine gun, in Athens, Georgia, I think it was.
He should be glad I wasn't at that bar.
I missed this one. What happened? And then I got to go
So-
soon, but tell me the story.
Some 30-something-year-old man walked into a college bar populated by people in their early 20s. 30-year-old man walks into the bar wearing a Nazi SS uniform, like straight up. He looked like he stepped off the set of fucking Raiders of the Lost Ark or some shit. I don't know. Schindler's List. And I guess people in the bar confronted him about it. They didn't, throw punches, which personally depressed me because that's how far we've fallen as a society. But I digress. They confronted him, and he apparently smashed some woman in the face with a beer bottle or a beer mug. I'm not really sure. So of course they jumped him and arrested. They had him arrested and whatnot. But
Yeah, we should get his
between
info.
the racist texts and this shit, and this is
Yeah,
not
they're
like
like,
a cosplayer either.
Don't call us Nazis. Like, quit doing Nazi shit. And to all the
Yeah.
Nazis out there, if you want to be a Nazi, make sure you Google them first, because it doesn't end well. And if Donald Trump wants to be Hitler so bad, he should skip to the very last part and blow his fucking brains out.
All those heritage, not hate motherfuckers. My heritage is punching Nazis, and it goes beyond that. But I'm not allowed to say it because it's Fed posting or whatever. But my grandfathers did more than just punch Nazis, so that's my heritage. So if you want to fuck around and find out where's some Nazi shit around me, I will catch charges. I don't give a fuck.
Samesies.
Oh, he's violent.
All right, I gotta hop off too,
Me
y'all.
too. But
Thank you so much for...
Thank you, Tim. Thank Doug for us too. Thank you as always for everything you guys. Like the SOL family, you guys are a massive part of making what we do possible. So I just want to thank you so much for that.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, so show up.
Yeah,
we need you in DC. This the 21st is going to be, the whole day is going to be centered around veterans and veterans events and making your voices heard. And there's a few things happening that we can't talk about publicly yet, but it's going to be a really good day. You'll be glad you came. And veterans are a really important part of this movement. No administration has shit on veterans more than this one has. And your voices against that are super important.
Yeah.
I personally do not have that as a kink, so I don't enjoy it. So everybody can turn out to DC.
Thanks for having us, buddy.
You're very welcome. Thank you guys for giving us some of your time. Say hi to John Fugelsang. Tell him Big Sarge's
we will.
Fan.
Yeah, Cliff's gonna stay up late for this one.
Yeah.
All right, you guys.
See y'all soon.
Bye.
Be safe. All right, that's our stream for tonight. It's one of our last special stream. Actually, it is the last special stream outside of I'll be appearing on the Closer to the Edge Fear and Loathing podcast on Monday. Upcoming streams for those of you that are still tuned in for the next couple of seconds. Our normal stream time is Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. So I've got Squid Tips on November 4th. November 11th is Veterans Day. November 18th, I've got Victor Velstra from the Transdo Task Force. And then November 25th, we've got Rachel Burns running for office in Iowa 7th District. That's our show for tonight. Thank you to Admin Doug for sitting in. And thank you, as always, to Jessica Denson and Cliff Cash of the Removal Coalition, of which Sons of Liberty is a part. To Claps and a Rick. Motherfuckers! Woo! Fuck Donald Trump.